Now we're live. Good Monday morning, church. This is Zoe.
I'm a unicorn.
She's a unicorn. And then we got Penny behind us. Let me see if I can show you what's going on. Not very easily. But I've got one kid over here. That's Nico. And then I got a kid down there watching the stream on YouTube. And we're going to spend a little bit of time this morning just looking at Psalm 65. Hey, Penny Boo. How are you? You want to say hi? You don't have to if you don't want to. But you can.
I'm a unicorn, and I have some eyes.
You have some eyes.
And I have some extra eyes. See?
Some extra eyes.
See?
Awesome.
I'm a unicorn.
Unicorn with extra eyes. Well, we are going to share a little bit from Psalm 65. I've been reading through the Psalms, just slowly kind of meandering through them during this time. And Psalm 65 is in book 2 of the Psalms. And so quite a bit of this was written, Psalm 62 and this book were written in the time of King David. And so they have a different flavor, a different feel, a different tone. And so I want to just show you kind of one section from Psalm 65. And let me just pop it up here.
Daddy, why don't we have anybody watching us?
What's that? Oh, okay. Well, I can't help you right now, buddy.
We don't have anybody watching.
We don't have anyone watching. It's okay. Okay, they'll watch later today, maybe.
Why?
Well, sometimes they're busy in the morning, like we're busy doing our morning routine and all of that, and so sometimes they're able to join, sometimes they're not. All right, so let me see if I can zoom this in a little bit more, actually.
Yeah.
All right, so this is in the middle of the psalm. The psalmist writes, hey, please don't do that.
Okay.
Writes, by your awesome deeds, you answer us with righteousness, O God of our salvation, the hope of all the ends of the earth and the farthest seas, the one who by his strength established the mountains, being girded with might, the one who stills the roaring of the seas, the roaring of the waves, the tumult of the peoples, so that those who dwell at the end of the earth, are at awe in your signs. You make the going out in the morning, in the evening to shout for joy. Hi, whoever that is. We'd love to put a comment. Love to see who you are and where you're viewing from. Well, they're right there. We see got somebody watching. It's probably just for this little unicorn girl, right? Yeah. Okay, perfect. So this is a really interesting. At least it caught my eye. It's 4 verses in the middle of a longer psalm, Psalm 65, and I want to take a look at a little bit of it, just kind of see what it's saying about God. And I think it encouraged me last week, and I think it'll encourage you this week. By your awesome deeds, you answer us with righteousness, O God of our salvation. The hope, please don't do that. The hope of all of the seas and the earth, or ends of the earth, the farthest seas. So this is the statement of who God is, right? It says, by your awesome deeds, you answer us. So you do these things, you answer us, O God of our salvation. And then the psalmist continues, the hope of all the ends of the earth. So that's what we call synthetic parallelism. He's expanding the idea of the name of who God is. Not only the God of our salvation, but he's expanding the idea. He's the hope of all the ends of the earth and the farthest seas. Where are you going? Okay. Hope of the farthest seas. And so when we think about God, we understand him to be the God of our salvation, but also the psalmist says he's the hope of everyone on the globe. Like there's nobody on earth, there's no one in Missoula, no one in America, no one anywhere that doesn't need God and doesn't need his salvation. He's the hope of the ends, of all the ends of the earth and the farthest seas. And I love that the picture that God himself stands over all creation, being the ultimate hope. Come sit with me. Being the ultimate hope of all creation. This is Penny. Say hi, everybody.
Hi.
Yeah. Okay, so that's the title. And then they go on to describe what God does or who he is a little bit more. Verse 6 says, the one who by his strength established the mountains, being girded with might, who roars, who stills the roaring seas, the roaring of their waves, the tumult of the people. And so you've got 2 verses here, verses 6 and 7, kind of describe this is the character of who he is. And God is the one who established the mountains. Oh, hi, Lily. How are you? Want to say hi to Lily? Hi, Lily. This is Pam Fairfax. Pamela Fairfax, hi. Thank you for all your work you did last week to help us get those pizzas out. And so God is the one who also is the salvation of everybody. But he's also the one whose strength is the one who established the mountains. Hey, Kathy Workman, good morning. Glad you're joining with us. But being girded with might. Verse 7, who stills the roaring wave. So God is not only the salvation of all the earth, but he's also the one who established the earth with all of its might, with all of its grandeur, with all of its, who he controls it all. He can still the roaring seas. One really interesting interpretive note, anytime in the New Testament, and I think the Old Testament too, you talk about, there's this picture of the roaring seas that are kind of always with massive waves. That was an ancient Near East way. They thought that the waters were filled with demons. And so anyone who could still the waters or walk on the waters or control the tumult had power over the spirit world. It wasn't just creation. It was the spirit world as well that was being, that had the power being exercised over it. And so God is not only the God of our salvation, the hope of all the ends of the earth and the farthest seas, but he's also the one who created everything, gave the earth its might, and the roaring waves and the tumult of the people. And he controls it all and is able to control it. He's able to master it. And here's what, if you're doing Bible interpretation or Bible observation, anytime you see "so that," it's a purpose clause. It means that everything that came before this has a purpose, and we're finding out what that purpose is right now. And so when you see "so that," you're saying, "Oh, ding, 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 there's a purpose. All of what came before was for this reason."
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby. Now we know. That's crazy. So that those who dwell at the ends of the earth are in awe at your signs. You make the going out of the morning and the evening to shout for joy. I love this. So you're doing this. God, you are the God of salvation. You're the God of salvation to the ends of the earth. Hey, Martha. Good morning, Martha. Glad you could join us. Cato Gardner. We love the gardeners, don't we? Good. You got to say that he's watching. Whew, that was close. So that those who dwell at the ends of the earth are in awe at your signs. So when we talk about who God is, he's the God of our salvation, right? The God of the salvation of all the earth. He's the one who by his strength established the mountains. He's the one who controls the roaring seas for the purpose of making those who dwell at the end of the earth look up and see him. What are some things you like about creation? What are some cool things? What are some things you love about creation?
If God didn't create anything, nobody would be able to eat or do anything.
Yeah, so she loves that God created everything, because then we would have food and we'd have mountains to climb and what the psalmist is saying is, and God has created all this so that people would be in awe. Now, it doesn't say people are going to believe, because we know that Romans 1 says that some people just reject natural revelation or natural creation, that God created everything and it points to him. But we do see this almost the whole point of his mighty hand, his mighty work is to point people back to him. That it's to point people back to him. And I'm looking outside, and that doesn't look like there's no cloud in the sky, and it looks like it's blue out there. What's your favorite animal?
Every animal?
Every animal? You don't have a favorite animal? You don't have a favorite animal? You like every animal?
Yeah,
every animal. Penny loves every animal. And God created them. And so as she learns about them and finds out more about them, she's finding out more about the character of God and how he created things creatively and perfectly and just so that God has done so much to create that Penny will be more in awe of God as she finds out who he is. This last line, you make the going out of the morning and the evening to shout for joy. That he has made the morning and the evening for us to thank him, for us to take joy in. Man, it's a beautiful morning this morning. So here's the takeaway. We're going to land the plane here. We've only been on for just a few minutes. Here's the takeaway. This morning in the sun, while it's still beautiful and there are no clouds in the sky, take a moment, walk outside, and just stand in awe of what God has done. Stand in awe of his beauty. Stand in awe of his creation, and thank God for that. It's meant to draw. Mornings like this are meant to draw you in to God, draw you closer to God, just as much as the mornings with the overcast are meant to draw you into God. Mornings like this are meant to draw you closer. Hey, Rich Paschke. You want to say hi to Mr. Paschke?
Hello, Mr.
Paschke. Mr. Paschke, good to see you. Hi, Noel. I'm assuming you're there as well. We're going to land the plane, but I just encourage you, go out. Oh, she's got a gun. I don't know why she's bringing a gun to a Bible study, but I guess this is Montana, so.
It is Montana.
It is Montana. She's concealed carry. Go outside, spend a couple minutes out there just breathing in the air, taking in the sun, and thanking God for what he's done. He is the God of our salvation. He's the God who's created all of this so that people all over all to the edges of the earth, to the edges of the seas, will come to know him, be in awe of what he's done. All right, y'all get out there. Have a good morning. Happy Monday. Oh, man, it's beautiful outside. Should we go outside too? The answer is yes. Yeah, okay. We'll see you.
But first, we have to get a dog.
First, we got to get a dog?
Mhm.
I don't want to get a dog. I have 4 smelly, hairy things that run around my house and poop everywhere anyway. I don't want a dog.
Then I'm not going to.
Oh, okay. Franny Friesz. You want to say hi to Franny?
Hello, Franny.
Hi, Franny. It's good to see you. So what kind of dog should we get?
I want
I'm not borrowing your wolf. Your wolf looks like it'd eat me. Honestly, the kind of dog I want
I
is
want a husky.
husky. No, we had like a husky, Doberman Pinscher, but a husky. I don't know, some sort of breed recently. That thing shed all year round. Hey, Lauren, good to see you. I really wanted like one of those small Maltese poodles. We had a Maltese-poo. I don't care. Like,
What about
you judge me
Yorks?
if you want.
What about a York?
A little Yorkie, yeah, a little teacup Yorkie. Those things. Problem is, I think Nico would eat that thing.
I can name him Tiny.
Get him, Penny. You need a big dog. It is Montana after all. All right. We'll see you guys. You guys have a good Monday. Get outside. Enjoy what God has done this morning. It is meant to bring you joy and draw you closer to him. We'll see you again tomorrow for lunch. If you guys want to join us on a Zoom call for prayer. And then Wednesday morning, we'll be back here at 8 o'clock. See you.